Welcome, students. Welcome to the second part of my video, Economic Development, topic number 4, History, Standard 9th. Now, my students, we have already seen in the first video why we have adopted the mixed economy. We did not go to the extremes of capitalism or socialism, but we took a middle path, that is the mixed economy. We could also see, or I have defined, what is public sector, what is private sector, and what is joint sector. And then a detail of mixed economy was said in my previous video. Then we also saw the 5-year plan. We saw in the year 1950, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, he was the chairman for this planning commission, and they implemented 5-year plan. And we also saw 9 5-year plans, and each plan had its unique features. This is where I have ended in the first video. Now, what I am going to speak is very important. It is nationalization of bank. As we all know, during the tenure of Sri Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and Lal Bahadur Shastri ji, there was monopoly of private sector banks. They represented various industrial groups, and directors of these banks were working in developing industrial sectors and to increase profit. So one such bank I would like to give example, that is Imperial Bank. Imperial Bank in 1955, they were converted into State Bank of India, and this bank had several branches all over the country. In a short while, they played a major role in the development. Now let us see the background of nationalization. India adopted a mixed economy after independence. Nationalization of bank was essential to cover the deficit. They occurred while implementing different schemes. All the profits of these banks came to government treasury once they were nationalized. Along with this policy of developing small-scale industries, pharmaceutical industries, Lal Bahadur Shastri ji took the experiment of Green Revolution in order to overcome the shortage or food shortage and drought. During this tenure of Prime Minister Mrs. Indira Gandhi, she made a Congress Forum for Socialist Action, a group inspired to bring socialist idea and demand for nationalization of all the commercial banks. Not only the Congress, but also even Communist Party supported this demand. Now, what are the 20-point programs? Prime Minister Mrs. Indira Gandhi announced 20-point program on 1st July 1975 and resolved to make many efforts towards rapidly becoming a developed nation. Now, what are those 20-point programs? First one, land ceilings for cities and agricultural land, equal division of wealth, minimum wages of workers increase in water conservation schemes. This was the first one. Second one, workers' participation in industry, national training schemes, freeing bonded labor. Third, prevention of tax evasions, economic crimes and smuggling, regulation of price of basic necessities, improvement in public distribution. Fifth, improvement in textile industry, developing handloom sectors, waiving loans for housing, communication facilities, making educational equipments available to schools. So these were few of the things which were under 20-point programs. Now, my dear students, we will see now issues of the workers. As we all know, Kwasaji Nanabai or Kwasaji Dabar. Kwasaji Dabar in 1851, he started textile mills in Mumbai. Eventually, he started in Dadar, Parel, Baikala, Prabhadevi and Worli. This part was known as Girgaon, a town of mills. In 1980, there was unrest among the workers due to economic conditions. In other sectors, in some industries, wages of the workers were increasing. They all were getting more amount as bonus, and they are getting more facilities than the textile mills. So what has happened, my dear students? The textile mill workers, they were very unhappy and they started thinking about getting their rights. So in Diwali 1981, I repeat, in Diwali of 1981, workers expected to get bonus of 20%. Rashtriya Mill Mazdoor Sangh, which was negotiating with the employer, agreed up to 8 to 17% bonus without taking workers into confidence. The cut in bonus caused unrest among the workers. Some workers went to Dr. Datta Samant. The workers of 65 mills came together and they formed a union under the leadership of Datta Samant. On 18 January 1982, 2.5 lakh workers went on strike. Girgaon mill stopped running, making it seem that the Mumbai's heart stopped throbbing. Now, during that time, the chief minister was Barrister A.R. Antule. Now, A.R. Antule had set up a committee to solve this issue. Later, Baba Saheb Bhosle became the chief minister of Maharashtra. He insisted that as per the law, he would talk only with Rashtriya Mill Mazdoor Sangh, Dr. Datta Samant, and demanded the law to be revoked. In the beginning, the striking workers received help from their native villages. It was now very difficult for them to help each other. They set up departmental committees and distributed food grains assistance in the form of funds. The left parties also supported the strike, and the strikes dragged on. The effort mode split in the striking workers' ranks. Even the strike completed 6 months, the central government completely ignored it. The workers started jail bharo agitation. In September 1982, 1.5 lakh workers took a march to Legislative Assembly of Maharashtra. It did not help at all. The strike completed a year. This was the first strike that had gone for a year. In this period, about 1.5 lakh of workers became unemployed. Now, during that time, polyester became a great demand instead of cotton cloth. So polyester was in great demand, and the mills were moved from Mumbai to Surat in Gujarat. So central government nationalized 13 textile mills. Appointment of arbiters did not help to resolve this issue. Now, my dear students, I would like to tell you about new economic policy. Now, by this, what has happened? The mills started migrating from Mumbai to Gujarat, especially Surat. And again, we could see people rendered unemployed because mills started shifting from Mumbai to Surat. Now, my dear students, we will see now what is new economic policy. The year 1991, it was very important in the history of modern India. After 10th general election, P.V. Narasimha Rao became the Prime Minister of India, and Dr. Manmohan Singh was the Finance Minister. He adopted economic policy of linking India's economy with the global economy. For this fundamental change was brought about in Indian economy, and Indian economy was brought in tune with global mainstream. Very simple. It was Dr. Manmohan Singh's initiative where he wanted to bring in India's market into mainstream with the global or with the world. During this period, Indian economy went on crisis situation. P.V. Narasimha Rao government took charge. Chandrasekhar was the Prime Minister during his tenure. The rate of inflation was 17%. The economic rate had gone down to 1.1%. India had foreign exchange reserves only to last for imports for a week. It was difficult to pay back the loan and to give interest on it. In May 1991, government had to control the situation by selling some of its gold reserves and by mortgaging some. Before Chandrasekhar's government, it was Mr. V.P. Singh was the Prime Minister who incurred liability of over 10,000 crores on the economy by waiving loans of all the farmers. The proportion of internal loans of the central and the state government together to the gross of domestic product was 55%. In 1980-81, the foreign loan was 2,350 crores dollars, and it has increased to 8,380 crore dollars in 1991. At this time, India had foreign exchange reserves of 100 crores dollars. This was the background of the increase in oil price and due to invasion of Kuwait by Iraq. It was difficult for India to raise the loan. Even the non-residential Indians started withdrawing their foreign currency from India. Now, Finance Minister had to think some remedies, and Dr. Manmohan Singh, he found out a midway how he could bring in the correctness. The first thing, restrictions on foreign investment. He restricted the license system to 18 industries, and all those industries were heavy industries. In view of increasing the losses in the public sector, he opened public sector for investment by private industries. In order to bring the share market under control, he established Securities and Exchange Board of India (SEBI) in 1992. National Stock Exchange was computerized. He gave priority to the specter of recession. Foreign investment in India grew during the tenure of Dr. Manmohan Singh as a finance minister. India now could recover the gold mortgage with the Bank of England, and the government took support of the capitalist class as well as a middle class. As the government opened telecom sector, mobile phone service started all over the country. Dr. Manmohan Singh signed the agreement with World Trade Organization and launched the policy of privatization, liberalization, and globalization. Now let me tell you more about World Trade Organization. As I told you, India in the year 1995 became the member of WTO, that is World Trade Organization, and following were the objective, the free trade between countries, to put an end to those discriminatory laws, restriction rules and policies that are hurdles in the way of international free trade, and to regulate global trade with the help of formal multi-party mechanism. Now we all are familiar with GATT. The full form of GATT is General Agreement on Tariff and Trade. Existed at the international level before WTO. It regulated commerce in India. In India, there were opposed extreme views about WTO, that is World Trade Organization. Yet India decided to take its membership. The provision of the World Trade Organization are regarding grants of import-export foreign investments, agriculture, technology, and services. The sector of electricity, water transportation, education, health rapidly commercialized. Since India became the member of WTO, as per various reports of WTO, India has made considerable improvement in different areas like reduction in the below poverty line, decline in infant mortality rate, availability of facilities of drinking water, and wastewater management. Now we could also see India signed the South Asian Preferential Trade Agreement, SAPTA, along with the lines of World Trade Organization. India removed import restrictions on several commodities and so for SAARC countries, especially the SAARC countries, they could trade without any restrictions. India also got discount and import duties. India opened up insurance sectors to private and the foreign investment. And thus, my dear students, we could see that India's journey of India's economy, I would say that I'd like to conclude this lesson by saying that we have learned about the journey of India's economy. We have come a long way from mixed economy to globalization. As we have already seen in the first video, that several reforms were made, then the government changed, different parties came into power, they brought inflation in the country, they brought issues related to economy. Then we saw Dr. P.V. Narasimha Rao. He came in as a Prime Minister, and Dr. Manmohan Singh, with his remedies, we saw there was a tremendous change in the Indian economy. And now we could see India is considered to be one of the developing nations in the world. Now today, even Donald Trump would like to come and would enter into a business with India. All the nations are looking upon India as a nation who has developed within no time. Thank you, my dear students.